Okay. Hello all, good morning. Welcome back to today's session and thank you so much for joining today's session. So I see few new faces today. Just wanted to reintroduce myself. I am Manasa with 12 plus years of experience in IT industry. So I'm currently working as a test manager in one of the IT companies and also working with Tosca from past 6 years. So I have enough exposure of Tosca. So I'll be helping you to go through this course till the end. Okay. So before starting today's session quickly, I just want to give you a brief what we have done yesterday, what all the things. You can also go through your recordings if you have not. And I'll just give you a brief what we have done yesterday and then we'll start today's session. So yesterday we just understood what is manual testing, what is automation testing and how automation testing comes into the picture. We have just seen an overview of what are the best automation tools for 2023. So these are the topmost automation tools. If you name UFTs for VB scripting, if you name Selenium for you can write Java frameworks and all. If it is Postman, you can do API testing. So Jmeter for performance. So each and every tool has its own, exposure to automation. So this is for these slides represents you the best automation tools for 2023, and get most frequently asked questions, so I have addressed few of them. And these are the few of the reviews that I got from my previous batches, where each and everyone who have put a effort till from the starting till the end, they have enough uh, I mean, offer letters from different companies. So they got enough knowledge of Tosca. They were able to now few of them are currently into the project of Tosca and they are able to resolve each and every issue. They are able to understand what is Tosca, how to do it. Okay. So this is just to make you understand how confident you can get after you complete this course. And this is one of the certification that can be completed. It's just one screenshot. Most of my all the batches will try to complete this, like Tricentis Tosca product consultant certification. This is how you get it. And as part of our curriculum, we'll be covering these are the different badges that we have: AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, AE1, database testing, API testing, and apart from that, we are also covering DEX setup. Okay. So if you know what is a continuous integration like Jenkins and all, and if you know what is CI/CD pipeline, so DEX is one feature of Tosca where if you understand the DEX setup, it will be the extension of extended DEX is called Jenkins. Okay. So for more clarity, that is what you can understand. And this is a portal where you can join through and you can understand, you can enroll all those things and you can complete all the badges. So I'll help you through each and every step of this, courses that you are enrolled with us. So everything like interview questions, most asked questions, and some of the objective type questions, everything will be answered and will be discussed in the class itself. And I just gave an overview of what exactly automation specialist 1 is and what exactly automation specialist 2 is. And we have understood what is Tosca. So what are the advantages of Tosca? Why we have to choose Tosca? And these are the different applications that Tosca is supporting, like desktop, web application, API, database, browser, mobile, and not only different, different applications, but also different industries started using this Tosca, like energy industry, financial services, public sector, healthcare, retail, technology, and telecom. All these are actually using Tosca in their, projects. So if you see, these are the some of the enterprise applications that are supported by Tosca, like SAP, Oracle, Salesforce, ServiceNow, Workday, Snowflake, Microsoft Dynamics, Pega, Guidewire, Avlog, ADP, Adobe, IBM Maximum. Okay, so only few of them I could just showcase it in your screen, but it is 120 plus applications that Tosca is actually supporting. Okay, so if you see This is a slide where it represents like more than 120 application. Specific adapters are there with Tosca with which you can automate all your test cases very easily, as you don't have to write any line of code, any piece of code. You should not, I mean, there's no necessity that you should have some programming knowledge prior. Without that, you can learn Tosca. You can automate any kind of technology that your project is supporting. And if you see here, it is clearly mentioned it is a model-based test automation. In slowly coming days, we will understand what is model-based test automation, and this is how Tosca plays a picture for your test case creation or anything. Okay, so if anyone asks what kind of automation, it is model-based test automation Tosca is handling. Okay, so we'll see what are the significance of Tosca automation tool. That there is no need to write any line of scripts or any long scripts. Okay, tool is loaded with multiple features. You just have to figure out which feature to use for your project. Okay, so that is the only analyzing concept that you have to do. And testing methodology, whatever testing methodology your project is working, either it might be waterfall, it might be agile, it might be any other methodology, Tosca will help. Okay, so width of coverage, yes, as it supports multiple technologies, you can do end-to-end execution, and you can also complete all the test cases within no time. And excellent vendor support, I have already told yesterday, it has an excellent vendor support. Because of all these significances, Tosca is actually becoming a leading tool in the market now. And if you see, this is where you can see your Tricentis Tosca lifecycle. Like you can design your test cases. You can, I mean, the first step will be you'll be creating the modules. So you will understand how to create the modules, what is the necessity of creation of modules in tomorrow's class. So after you create the modules, then you can create your test cases. Then you can run your execution list where you put all your test cases and execute all of them together. Then you can also generate reports and you can apply requirements. So you can see requirements. So if you see here, there's a requirement section here where you can easily understand what is a coverage specified, okay, and how many test cases are being covered as part of this requirement, and how many execution lists are covered as part of this. What is the pass percentage? I mean, how is your requirements going for each one of your requirement? How are the test case creation going? So who is handling what? Everything will be displayed as part of this requirement section. Okay. And you can also do a test planning with the help of Tosca. So again, it is like you can create your sessions, you can do your milestones, you can allocate tasks to your users. Everything can happen here in the test planning. Test data management, you can create a repository of your choice. With the repository, what you have created, you can use the standard modules. Yes, I do understand you don't understand modules, but slowly we will understand what is a module. But first understand you have a concept called module. So there are standard modules with which you can take out the data. You can connect to this databases, external databases, or the database that is created with Tosca, and you can figure out what kind of data is being displayed there and how to retrieve it. Everything will be seen as part of our course. So this is just a slide where it will help you to make you to understand that test data management is also possible with Tosca. And if you have to do cross-browser testing, yes, it is completely very easy. You can do cross-browser testing. We will understand slowly once we start a test case creation. You just have to give your browser which browser it has to do, and you can run all your test cases in whatever the browser you want. So that can be possible with Tosca. So this is where the Tosca plays a prominent role. Like it has a very vicious, good Tricentis Tosca life cycle, where it supports each and every phase of your testing life cycle. Okay, so I just have to show you this tool. So this is a tool where we'll be working day in, day out. And this is the first section where we'll start with our module creation. So in next coming slides, you will understand what is module, what is the necessity of creating a module. And then we'll jump to the test case section. So here we will understand how to create a test case. If you see, these are the few of the test cases that I've created. And if you see, I did not write a single line of code. I just gave the input and I'm just running it. If I run it, it will easily go through it. Okay. So this is where test cases will be created as part of test case section. So if you are doing any test planning can be done as part of this section called test planning section. And yeah, there's a separate section called reporting where you can see different kind of reports that you have generated. So you have to enable all these things. There is a specific way how to enable it. And once you enable everything, you can see it like execution list, requirement management, what are the test cases, what is the test case overview. All those things can be enabled here. And also here in the requirement section, so here in the requirement section, you can create your requirements, you can link your test cases to the requirements, and anyone from your project, like your manager or your client, can come and see. He will understand what is the contribution percentage, how much is the coverage, then what is the execution state till now, and how much more we have to execute. This gives a very clear picture for any client. He might not have known what is Tosca, but this section will help them to understand what is the status of the project. Okay, if you have any issues, you can also raise your issues. You can raise it, and this is just for our reference. This issues, whatever you're seeing, this is just for our reference. But you can also integrate with HPLM or Jira, or there's also a tool with Tricentis called QTest tool where everyone has access. It acts like a same like ALM only. So this is where you can raise your issues, and test case design. You can design your test case with different sets of test data. Okay. So it's not like every time you have only one set of test data, you'll be working with only one set of test data all through your this thing. So there are multiple test data. So might be the scenario or the test case is same or the test case flow is same. You might have you should be using multiple data or multiple test data for the same test, same module or the same testing test case. Okay, so in that scenario, you have multiple test data where you can design your test case here and you can create multiple sheets, and these sheets look similar to the way how you see an Excel sheet. So Excel integration is also possible. So if you want to get your data from your Excel sheet, that is also possible, and that also we will see as part of our training. And what else? Configurations. Okay. Execution is a place where you start creating or run all your execution list, like all your test cases here. So don't worry if you're not able to catch up these points. You just have to get familiarized with all these things. We will see each and every section one by one. Mostly we'll be working on modules, test cases, test case design, executions, and requirements. Okay, so this is not covered as part of a syllabus, but you can always have a self check-in and you can understand, as it is very easy tool to just navigate and to understand what is what. Okay, and so this is a tool we'll be working day in, day out. So yesterday there was a question, where we will be writing everything. So that is called as Tosca Commander. So after we install it, we start opening this and we start creating everything in the Tosca Commander itself. On that note, I would like to, So on that note, just give me 2 more minutes, okay? 2 more minutes, I'll take up questions. So on that note, this is the architecture of Tosca, where if you see the Tosca commander plays a very vital role. I can say this is a hero of everything. So this will be responsible to talk to ALM, and this will be, this will take an initiative to connect to the repository. This will take an initiative to see whether you have a license or not. So all the communication, everything will be happening through, I mean, just from the commander itself. So commander is where you have everything, and executor will come into the picture when you start executing your test cases. If you see, there are different engines. Okay. So everything is same. Only thing differs is engine. When you run your test case, that engine comes into the picture and it will start running in the background. Okay, so if it might be HTML, it might be SAP, it might be TCP, it might be .NET. Okay, and if here, if you see, this is called AUT, called application under test. Okay, so this is the application where you will be, what is the application that you are working for your project, that on that application everything will be acting as this. Okay, so we will see what is AUT. So now as there is one question, we can take up. Yeah, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Manasa, will you show us how to uh, integrate with Jira and Jenkins also in
No,
this part of the
Jenkins,
session?
no, it is
Mm.
not part of a course, but if you know deck setup, it is a, like it is an extension of deck setup, is called Jenkins.
Okay, integration with the Jira, will you show a part of this session? A part of
No,
this.
we are not sure. We are not covering as this part of the session.
Okay, in real time, usually we use Jira only, right, for rising the bugs, everything, or in Tosca tool only.
Yeah, here if you see, here also you can raise your issues as part of here, but it depends upon what kind of project you are working with. So most of the projects which I worked was with ALM. Okay, we never use Jira. Okay, but you can do the integration with Jira, you can do with integration with ALM also. It's just an add-in that you have to add, and you have to know three or four, 5 steps to make it, I mean, communicate with each other.
Okay, as part of this course, you will show how to integrate with the HPALM, ALM, or
No,
how?
we are not covering anything as part of this course. We are just
Uh,
covering AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2.
okay, actually, this may ask in interviews, right? How you integrate with ALMs, or it won't ask.
Yeah, you might get a question, but it depends upon how you answer it, how you take up that question. You can do a self-study, that is not a very big thing. Once you
Okay,
understand the overall structure of Tosca, it's just, I told you, right? It's just a matter of 6 or 7 steps that you have to understand. So then you
okay,
can also explain it. It can be self-studied. You have a lot of materials. I can also help you if you want it.
okay.
Yeah. Any other questions that I have to take up?
Do we get recording of the class every day?
Yeah, one question at a time. I got confused with the question.
Yeah, we wait till let the person answer the question first.
Yeah, I was asking about the recording of the class, like if we miss in case. So do we get the recordings of the
Yeah,
class every day?
yes. Every day the sessions, whatever we are taking, will be recorded and it will be shared with you by my team. Okay. So depending upon the timings that we work, okay. So you will get the recording and the recordings will be for your lifetime. Okay. It's not like once we get it and after you complete the course, the recordings will be with us. No. Once you get the recordings, it will be for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the question is regarding you have the architecture diagram. When you say ALM, is that like SAP ALM or is that like open text ALM? Which ALM are you reference to?
It is HPALM.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions that I have to address? Okay. Yeah. So let us jump to again. Okay. So here is architecture. So it is clearly like it's not that complicated. Like you have commander, executor, repository, and also Tosca scan wizard. You will get to understand each and everything once we start our automation. And let us come back here. So yesterday someone was asking what are the system requirements if I have to install Tosca. The system requirements, these are the requirements that are given from Tricentis itself. So CPU should be i5 dual core 2.4 gigahertz, RAM is 8 GB, hard disk space should be more than 10 GB. So here it is given 10 GB. It's a minimum thing. It is always a good thing if you have more than it. And network, obviously everyone will be having more than this, so it's just a requirement that is specified. So you can check this requirement. If it is there, we can install Tosca, or you have to arrange for a new system if you don't have this. Installation can be done. Only thing is Tosca will act very weird. It will be very slow because as it is a model based test automation tool, so it takes little more space than other automation tools compared. Okay, so that is why it needs larger space. So we were talking about models. Okay, so here and all, if you see, I told there is a model that is created or the module that is created. Okay, so we'll try to understand what is module, what will be there in the module, and then we'll slowly understand how to create this module. Okay, so first you have to decide on which application that we will be working on. So that is called system under test or application under test. So that is called as interface module. It might be web application, it might be database, it might be API, it might be anything, whatever I have told till now. So whatever it is, system or application, whatever you have identified it. So that should be your primary thing. Then from that, what you do is you extract the technical information of that particular page or the object, whatever you identified. So that technical information is stored as an automation model and it is created as a module in your Tosca. So what actually this module consists is, it's only the technical information of what all the things that you have for your application under test. Okay, so suppose if you see, this is application under test. Here is a books link, computer link, electronics, apparel and shoes, or here is a login link. So your scenario is you have to click on this login, enter your username and password, and then you click on login. Okay, so this is your simple scenario. So for that, Tosca has to understand, it has to have some technical information of this. What is this login exactly? How is it developed by the developer? And what is this email? Is it a text box? Is it a checkbox? Is anything that is related to this? And what is this login? Where exactly I have to click on this login? So all these stuff should be there inside the Tosca, and whatever the stuff that we are storing inside the Tosca is called module. Okay, the primary thing what we do is we identify what needs to be there in the module and then we save it as a module. Then we feed the data to this particular module that we have created. So feeding the data is nothing but, if you take this application, so here is a login link. What is the manual thing that I'm doing? I'm just clicking on this. So what is the operation that you are doing? You have to tell Tosca, this is a login that you already have it in the module. Please go and click on this particular login link. And after you come here, you have to enter username in the email box and password in the password box and click on this login. Okay. So this is how you have to feed your data. So that feeding data will happen in the test case section. So that is also called as business information, like a click operation or the username or the password, or you have to click on the button and say you are logged in. All these things, whatever you give, are called business information. So this is how a test case is created inside our Tosca commander. Okay. Please don't worry. I'm just giving you a glimpse. If you don't understand while you are doing a practical, you'll clearly understand what is what. Okay. Try to digest whatever I say understand this is a module, then you give some business information, you create a test case. Okay. So now we have identified application under test. So this is my application under test that I'll be working through. So I would request everyone, I'll post this link here. Please click on this register. So please click on this register, give the details, whatever is the email, that is perfectly fine. So please remember the email and password here, whatever you are giving, and click on register. You get registered to this portal. It will help us for getting ready for our practical sessions. Okay. So I'm posting this link here. Everyone please open this and try to register and let me know once registered. So if you have any doubts here in the registration, please let me know. I'll take it up. I hope everyone is able to access this site. Anyone is doing this activity, whatever I'm telling? Yeah, thank you, Trishali. It would be great if you can just let me know if you're doing it. Yes, I see a few of the dance. I'll give 2 more minutes and then we can move on to the next things.
Hey, Mansa, just if you want download, how to download the Tosca software?
Yeah, you can download it from Tricentis sites itself.
But is there any license version is required, or what should we do?
Yeah, no need to worry. We will guide you for each and everything. The next 2 days will be practical and theoretical, and the third day will be your practical session. So from the practical session, the first thing what we do is we download Tosca. We get everything, all the licenses with hand, everything done in the class itself, and then we will move on to the sessions.
Yeah, actually, one question about license. When I was downloading, it said you only have 14 days trial. So
Correct.
after 14 days, what do we do?
So we'll help you out how to. We are not getting a trial license. Okay, we'll get the license for a longer period of time, and we will also understand how to extend it.
Okay.
I'll tell you the way. I'll guide you the way. Don't worry about it.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so everyone is done with this.
Hi,
Activity.
I'm facing some technical issues, like it's showing some error message.
Can I know what is the error message?
An internal error is occurred. Our supporting staff has been notified of this error, and
Yeah,
we
I
will
see.
shortly.
I see the demo web shop being little slow. Okay, so don't worry if you are facing anything. You can try post this class. If you're still not able to do it, let me know. I'll just check on this. Okay.
Okay.
But I guess most of them are able to do it. Like 7 or 8 members can do it. You can also try after some time, Shri.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So can we go ahead with the next? Okay, I'm going ahead with the next thing. Oh. So basically, if you take any other automation tools, here is how you write the script. Okay. So suppose this is an application where it has a make, engine performance, year of construction, number of seats, fuel, list of prices, license plate number, usage, annual mileage. Okay. So this is an application where it has different text boxes, drop downs, and a button, and also some thing. So how do you handle it with the other automation tools is you have to write the script and you write the script like this. But here in our Tosca, as you already know that we create the model. So we will grab all this information of what is this make. So this is a text box. And if you see fuel is a list. So here if you see this is a list box. There's a difference between each and every component that you see on the application. Like by seeing itself, you can identify this is a text box, this is a drop down, and this is an OK button. That means you have to click on something. And if you see checkboxes also uniquely identified. Okay. You create this automation model by yourself by grabbing the technical information, and then you store it in form of modules, then you use it for Tosca. Okay, so that is how Tosca works here. As Tosca and Selenium being the most compared tools in the market, so you should know the differences between, at least few of the difference between what is Selenium, what is Tosca. So it will be always good if suppose there is a, requirement from the client that you have to showcase some POC for Tosca. It's always a good practice to understand what the difference between Selenium and Tosca. So now let us see a few differences between Selenium and Tosca, where you will get more and more information about why Tosca, why not Selenium, why not Selenium. So if you see here, the first being the criteria, there are major things that we have picked up, and this is being Tosca and this is where Selenium is. So type of application, Tosca supports almost all types of applications. In Selenium, it supports only web application. Paid, yes, Tosca is absolutely a licensed software application, but because of all these advantages, everyone are coming to understand and to take the license because it has a wider automation perspective. And Selenium is a free tool. You can go to Google, you can download Selenium, you can, as it is an open source, you can install it and you can start coding then and there. Automation type, as I've already told, Tosca is a model-based test automation tool. So you will understand what is model-based in coming days. And Selenium is code-based automation tool where you have to write lines of code to understand and to automate your test scripts. Scripting knowledge is absolutely not necessary for Tosca. You just have to understand how the tool works. In Selenium, there are multiple scripts required for Selenium, Java, Python, everything. API testing, yes, API testing is possible from Tosca. You can do an API scan. You can automate how many ever test cases with the help of API testing. But Selenium, you don't have any feasibility to test for testing an API. Test data management, yes. Test data management, you can do a test data management. There is an internal tool with Tosca. We will see the internal tool, what is the tool, how to explore it. You will understand that test data management tool, but here in Selenium, it doesn't support any specific test data management. Reusability of test cases, yes. Highly reusable because there are concepts called libraries, there are concepts called rescans. There are concepts where you can implement your same set of test cases for multiple, conditions, multiple browsers, everything. So once you do a set of test cases, it can be reused 100 number of times. The reusability of test data is low when compared with Tosca. So it is little lower end from Selenium. Exploratory testing, yes, exploratory testing is also possible. Sanity is possible. Regression is possible. Functional testing is possible. Performance testing is possible. So you name it, Tosca is possible in each and every testing perspective. So here in Selenium, exploratory testing is not possible. CI/CD integration can be done with Tosca tools. Any tools, Tosca supports any CI/CD integration tools. Selenium supports only like CI tools like Jenkins and all. QC and Jira integration is possible. As I've already told with Tosca, it's just an add-in. You have to understand some 6 to 7 steps and you can easily integrate your Tosca with your Jira. And whatever is the status of your test cases in your Tosca, the same will be updated in your Jira or QC or ALM or anything, whatever you are using. So it is possible in Selenium, but it has some third-party dependencies. You have to, rely on some other software, and then with the help of that software, you can integrate some of these tools support. Yes. I would love to talk more and more about this vendor support because it has an excellent vendor support, which is very, very, helpful for the people who just started with the project and who are trying to incorporate Tosca in their project. So this kind of support I have never seen with any other tool. But for Selenium, you have to go into the Google, you have to see there will be multiple questions that, answers that will be coming for one question. You have to analyze which one will be suitable. But here, Tosca has separate support page where you can log your questions or where you can have you can explore different things. Like there are n number of knowledge articles, and you can explore them, you can understand them, you can get through what is what. Framework. Yes, Tosca already has an inbuilt framework. You just have to use the framework. There is absolutely no framework that is needed. But yes, Tricentis has given some best practices to follow it. Like it's not like if you don't have a particular framework, we don't follow anything. Yes, but there are some best practices given from Tricentis team where we can explore more. And we can follow the best practices and make our test cases more reliable, more reusable. And Selenium has a unique framework. You can use whatever the framework that your project designs, so you can do it. So there is a concept called in Tosca called libraries, which is actually a very good concept where you can create n number of test cases with the help of one library that you have created as a project. And test case creation is also, it takes very lesser time if you use this concept called library, and you will see it by yourself. And it lacks an integrity object repository. So like whenever the scripts goes too large, it actually takes a lot of time, like lot of management. Everything has to be done with the help of Selenium. Yeah, reporting. In Tosca itself, you have a reporting tool where you can report, we can do everything. Reporting is one such thing that is a very good thing from Tosca, where you no need to go outside or where there is no need for you to take it from somewhere else. Here in itself, Tosca has this inbuilt reporting concept. So Selenium also has a built-in reporting. It doesn't have a built-in reporting. So it is little harder for your client to showcase what is happening in what. And the miscellaneous Tosca also supports SAP. It also has data warehouse testing. It also has exploratory management. And now there's lot of things has come up with Tosca, like especially with the Tricentis, where it started supporting each and every wing of whatever is happening for the testing life cycle. And Selenium doesn't support much. It only relies more on web application testing only. So that is the reason Selenium nowadays more clients are more inclined to the Tosca tool. And creation of script, execution of script takes very faster time compared to Selenium because it has to go check each and every line of code. Here that is not necessary. You simply jump, complete your test cases, and execution it will take very lesser time compared to Tosca. Yeah. So you can always tell me if I'm going a little faster because I might be tuned to my older batches where they might be asking me to keep up this pace. It will take 2 or 3 days for us to adjust with each other. maybe after that, even then, if you feel I'm going faster, you can always stop me and you can tell me, Mansa, please slow down or redo this concept. I'm always happy to do whatever as per your convenience. Okay. So where does Tosca stand in this automation testing tool? So Tosca has a very good market, as I've already told. I've already shown you yesterday some graphs where in which countries it's being more largely used and which technologies. So it has got a very greater demand. So when I started with Tosca, I just had only two options to switch from one company to other company. So then when I took Tosca, I thought it might be a wrong tool which I've chosen because only I see only two companies using it. So even if I go, I see the same phases. So what is my career? That was my question in my mind when I started with Tosca. But now if I see a huge lot of companies taking up Tosca where even the remote opportunities are more and more for Tosca. And if you are very well versed with Salesforce, with Tosca, that's like a very big demand in the current trend. Okay, so I would request if you want to learn it, please learn it thoroughly. I mean, get all the basic concepts thoroughly, then it is very easy for you, whatever might be the technology, it is very easy to use this tool. And it is emerging as a top test automation tool because it has AI inbuilt and also has machine learning inbuilt. And you all know now how the world is turning towards ChatGPT, AI, machine learning, everything. Okay. So as it is already incorporated in the tool, you know how the Tosca will be there in the future. And yes, we will see few of the reasons, like it's a good integration. I told there are, unless with other population, I mean, most popular tools, it is very easy to integrate and is easy to understand also. It is efficient to use, it is accurate, and the consistency to all the scripts is also good, which makes anyone, if anyone comes and sees my test scripts, it is easily understandable. They can easily understand what is happening in which test step, and if I have to go and change something, I can simply go and jump to that particular test step 11 and I can change whatever I want. So that kind of consistency or transparency is there in this test script creation. Yeah, we have already seen most of the advantages, like it is a one-stop solutions. Like if you go for a hypermarket, you can shop for your dress, you can shop for your groceries, you can shop for your medical expenses, also medical things. So it's I would happily want to tell, like it's a hypermarket where you come here, you learn one tool. Obviously you start getting to understand different tools. You will have that interest as you have more and more study materials in the support portal. You can go, you can explore it. You will have that visibility to all the other tools also, I mean, from Tricentis side. And it is an enterprise tools that functions without the scripts. This is a very, very great advantage because not everyone can write 100 or 200 lines of code, or not everyone will be comfortable writing code or understanding the code. For them, it is a very good tool to understand. User friendly, you just have to drag and drop everything here and there, then everything is ready. It will help us to manage the test tools, both GUI and non-GUI also it is supporting. There is no need of explicit framework, nothing you have to write. It will support major technologies and artifacts, test data. Like you don't have to do lot of artifacts and here, and test data also, it is very simple, easy to use it. It has greater vendor support. It can reduce your regression time from weeks to minutes. Okay. So that because the test case creation takes lesser time, execution takes lesser time. Obviously, the time for regression testing also is reduced. Yes. So if you see disadvantages, I would actually don't want to go through this slide, but there are people who wants to understand the disadvantages. For them, I just have a few of them on my slide. Like cost, yes, it is. Yes, I understand it is very cost. I mean, it is comparatively cost. more than other tools, but yes, because of all the advantages that we are getting from this tool, it is okay to give that cost. Community support, yeah, unlike other open source tools, like if you go to the Google, you might not get 100 of articles on this solution, but you have to explore it. But you always have the support from Tricentis.com, where you can explore different articles. You have n number of knowledge articles. You can go through them, you can understand them, you can implement it in your project. And yes, you should have a specific requirements. Only if you have that requirements, only then Tosca tool can be easily installed. Otherwise, Tosca will give you some problems while executing, while creation of your test cases. Yeah, only thing, it cannot integrate with Git because it has a separate repository where you can act with that repository. Yeah, maintenance problems, as it is a model-based test approach, there might be few maintenance problems, but I don't think in my career of this 6 years, I have never seen any huger maintenance problems. If there are any, for sure, Tricentis team will help us with that kind of problems and kind of solutions that we are facing. Yeah, so this is pretty much about it, and this is the architecture. And tomorrow we will be seeing what are the major components of Tosca, like what is a commander, what is an executor, what is wizard, what is repository, what we'll be doing there. And we will also understand the basic how to create this module. Like we today we understood it's just a module that we create, but how to create this module, what is the basic step of creation of this module. All those things we will discuss in tomorrow's class, because I can keep on talking about Tosca like 100 hours, but I don't want to put everything in a single day. So slowly we will start getting all these terminologies into our brain. So tomorrow again, when I talk about Tosca commander, executor and all, you will get to understand. And this will be the first question of your interview. So they might ask you what are the major components of Tosca. So these are the 4 major components of Tosca. And after tomorrow's session, you can also answer them about what is commander, what is executor, what is wizard, and what is repository. Okay. So any questions, I can take it up. Otherwise, we are good for today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hi,
Manasa,
Manasa.
Yes, one by one.
As part of this course, will you teach API testing with Tosca also?
Yeah, we are doing API testing with Tosca also.
Okay. Will Tosca support other than Windows, or will it support only Windows?
No, it will support any kind of application. I told you, right? 150 applications it will support.
Mac OS.
No, if you are trying to install in Mac OS, no, it is not possible. I know there is a workaround, but it is little harder. So we are only going for Windows installation. Officially in Tricentis site, there is nothing that will support your Mac OS. In Mac OS, if you are trying to install, there is no official, .exe file for you to install.
Okay. But Windows-based applications also we can automate.
We can automate applications. Okay, I'm talking if you're trying to install it in Mac, we cannot automate in Mac.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi,
Priya.
Manasa. Yeah.
Yeah, Priya.
So what kind of test data do we give? Do we give it as Excel sheet or JSON data? How does it accept the data?
It will accept any kind of data. If you want to give it in an Excel sheet, yes, it will accept. If you want to give it as a JSON data, it will accept the JSON data also.
So is there a built-in tool to read the data from Excel, or we have to write anything for that?
Yes, you have to understand the feature, how to use it.
Okay. And if a test case is failed or passed, right? You told, will the reports be generated inbuiltly in Tosca, or we need to have any portal separately?
No, you have to export that report. There are 2 steps that you have to follow to generate the report. You can generate it by it.
So will that be covered in the class?
Yes.
Okay. And one more thing is, you said it cannot be integrated with Git, right? So how do we save these data? If we work as a team, right? Which repository can be used?
Yeah, there's a concept called multi-user repository. We'll be discussing in our class. You will get to understand how this repository works.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Manasa.
Thank you. Yeah, Jogender, please go ahead.
Hey, Mas, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So is there any way to set up SAP here? Because I'm a SAP manager here.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
want to understand.
Yeah, it is easy to set up. It's not on anything harder. But even if you have to set up SAP, you have to understand the basic concepts of AS1 and AS2.
I have done my ASM on an ASM 2 both certifications.
Okay, if you have already done the badges, then you should be understanding how to. We are not covering SAP as part of this course. Okay, we are only covering AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2 as part of this course. If you already have the concepts of AS1 and AS2, then you should be able to do SAP this thing. It's not a very, huge task as per my knowledge.
So yeah, but how you configure and how to set up Tosca to SAP application? Do you have
Yeah,
any
it's
idea about?
just two. Yeah, I have it, but it's just 2 or 3 steps that you have to do it.
Okay. Can you guide me after start your classes? How to
Yeah, we can
configure?
talk. Yeah, we can talk.
And second question is, you are showing slides. You are going forward is showing slide-based training, or you want to show practically?
No, only for 2 to 3 classes, it will be only slides. After that, it's just I work on my Tosca commander. You also work on your commander simultaneously. Until and unless you get theoretical knowledge about Tosca terminologies, everything, then till then my slides will be there with you. Afterwards, there are no slides. It's only practical that we do.
How is the market more than 10 to 12 years of experience market jobs?
Yeah, I've told there's a huge market. You can go through your LinkedIn profile. You can check your LinkedIn's. You can check your Naukri. There's I see lot of openings for all the people.
Even the more than 10 years, guys.
Yes.
Okay, Mansu, just I want to check with the SAP side. That's more important for me.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Santosh, please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, hi Mansa. Do we have assertions in Tosca, like in Selenium, like to compare actual and expected results?
Yeah, we do have it, Santosh. But if you like point to point, if you have to compare each and everything, yes, we do have all the concepts cleared. Maybe not in the same manner like as you may not name it as assertions here. It is some other thing here. So yes, we do have all the concepts more than Selenium, I would say.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yes. So any questions, Priya? I see still your hand raised. I hope I answered all your questions.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
So I have one question.
Yeah, please go.
So are we not covering Tosca AE1 and AE2 in this course?
Yeah, we are covering AE1.
AE1 we are covering. And AE2?
AE2. 1 second. What exactly AE2 is?
Automation Engineer 2. I mean certification.
Yeah, I know that. We are covering AE1 as part of this. We are not covering AE2. AS1, AS2, TDS1, TDS2, AE1, database testing, API testing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any difference in AE1 and AE2? I mean, with regards to knowledge, because in job opportunity, what I have seen is AE2 is required.
It might be AS2, not AE1, AE2.
I have seen some opportunities where it was required for AE2 also. So
yeah, you can see once you have all this knowledge, whatever we discuss here, right? So then it is very easy for you to take over from there. We have the strongest basic developed here in this class. Then whatever is needed, you can design your building according to your understanding or your thing. It's not like completely when you attend an interview, it's not like it's just one one step that you have completed the certification, that is the only thing, but they will always, if you showcase all these badges and certifications, for sure, they will test your knowledge very deeply. You should be enough to face all the interview questions of those. Okay. Yes, so we are good for today. So tomorrow we will learn few more things about Tosca. We will familiarize more things about Tosca, and then we will slowly start with your Tosca installation, and then we'll slowly start with our practical. So that's it. I have planned for today. We will meet up in tomorrow's session. So thank you so much for joining today's session. Have a very nice day ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.